friendships are overrated and friendships don't exist. I'm telling you this for free. You can build healthy relationships, but friendships don't exist. Because when you call somebody your friend, you are limiting them to live their own life so that they can live a life that pleases you. Because if they do something wrong, you start telling them, but you are my friend, why would you do this? How could you do this when you are my friend? You are limiting them from living. So those people that you're calling your friends, remember they also have other friends. Okay, so they have other friends who they can actually sacrifice you for. So as you think this is your friend, you're actually limiting them from living their life fully. Because if they do some things, you will judge them. You will bring them to terms that, hey, you've made something wrong for me, you've done something wrong. So please, they're either your workmates, your colleagues, or people you know, or people you've built healthy relationships around, okay? That word, oh, this is my friend, this is my friend. Wow, friends. Friends, they are there because of something. If that thing disappears, they are out. And they will never remember you.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, who is this? This is Linda. Linda, how are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
How do you know you're fine? How do you know you're fine?
Because I feel fine.
Oh, it is in your feelings. It's not a reality.
Yeah. It's a reality also.
But feelings are controlled by thoughts. And we just said thoughts are evil because they're what the devil uses to lie to you that you are fine, so that the next minute he tells you are not fine. So how do you know you're fine? Say all is well.
All is well.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Talk to us.
Okay. So this issue, okay, allow me to speak Swahili.
Go ahead.
Okay, sasa niko na hii shida. I cannot make my own. Like yani nikikuwa na vitu mbili za choose one of them. Like kama tuniko na two things to choose one of them, I cannot yani to make one. So if make one, I will end up regretting why I did not do the other one.
Okay.
Then I cannot just be at peace with the one.
Okay.
Kama naenda kubuy kitu, I'll buy the two of them.
Because if you choose one,
this one is affecting.
Oh,
I think it's affecting me in one way or another.
So if you choose one, you'll feel bad about leaving the other one.
Yes.
Well, you see, being undecisive or indecisive is actually the nature of evil again. Because you see, whatever spirit that is living in you controls you. It's the one that actually instructs you. So I'll ask you this. Were you raised by both parents?
Yes.
Were they sharing bills?
No, my father was the provider.
Okay.
But after some time, when kazi yake iliisha, mother akakuwa anaanza provide.
So there's a time your mother provided?
Like
after how long?
Yes, like until now, like kuanzia my high school until now. She's the provider.
Oh, so your mother started providing when you were in high school and your father was just seated there. Your father lost his job when you were in high school?
Yes.
So he has never done anything to get back to his position as the man?
My mother father alikuwa anamwambianga awache kazi akae nyumbani. Sasa yeye alikuwa anakataa kuenda, alikuwa anakataa kukaa home, yeye anataka kwenda kufanya kazi. So it ended up father akakuwa like he doesn't care.
Okay.
After all, my dad provide home and buy kila kitu. Sasa ikakuwa tu hivyo hadi wenye tumepoa kubwa, tumetoka nje tunafanya kazi, we send money home.
You send money to your father or your mother?
Yes. Mimi nafanya kazi.
So do you send your money to your father or your mother?
I send to my mother, who provide home, and then my father yake too, because he doesn't buy anything.
And how do you know he doesn't buy anything?
Because he doesn't, yani madeni wanga ananunua kila kitu.
Oh, how do you know?
Because the time I've been home, madeni amekuwa anabuy. The time I've been home. I've been out for almost.
What if
4 years?
What if your father gives your mother money to buy those things? How do you know it's not your father who is giving her money to buy those things?
They're not together, first of all.
They're not together?
Yani wanaishi tu pamoja juu ya kuishi, but they don't talk.
Oh, so they stay together but they don't talk?
No.
When did this start?
When I was in high school.
So your mother was okay until your father lost his job.
Sijui shida ilitokea hapo, ndo akakosana juu hapo watujuange, but yani walianza tu kukosana hivyo tu, walikosana tu, then sijui kama alikosana ndio kazi ikaisha ama, lakini tukiana tu waongei wako na vita.
Okay.
Wako wanajaribu kuwakalisha chini, hawako solve anything, so until now wanakaanga tu hivyo.
So
ni mimi natumanga pesa home ya matumishi. I sent mama enough, alafu father namtumia tu yake, unajua hata buy like kidogo.
Are you married?
No, I'm not, but I have a baby.
Okay.
I have a son.
Oh, you have a son. Where is the father?
The father, I'm not with him, yani watuko pamoja.
Why?
He denied the baby.
Oh, he did deny the baby. So do you resent him?
Yes. No, I don't hate him because by that time tulikuwa high school. Tulikuwa tumemaliza form 4 hivi tu ndio nikapata, then akaniambia ana do, akasema alidinai kwa sababu kwa ana do.
Okay.
Alikuja baadaye kusema sisi tukue pamoja, but yani sasa ana do, he doesn't do anything. Unaona? Do
you have a son?
Mimi nikawasha tu.
Do you have a son or daughter?
Yes, I do. A son.
How old is he?
8 years.
And how will you raise him into being a man?
Now you wonder.
Amazing. Now listen, for you to get the revelations of how to raise your child or your son in a good way and a God-fearing way, I need you to do this. Have you ever forgiven your mother?
So I have another problem with my mom. Achana hata kwanza na hiyo ya mwanzo hiyo. Niko na shida nyingine sasa tena na yeye. So from kutokea nikuja huko Gulf, nilikuwa namtumia tu pesa mzuri. Then like yani she misuses the money because lazima tu nimtumie juu enda anakaa na mtoto wangu, lazima tu nimtumie.
Okay.
So like kitu kama akakuwa yani ikakuwa kwamba lazima tu nimtumie. Unaona?
Yeah.
Yani mimi ndo nafanya kila kitu. If I don't talk to her,
she doesn't talk to you.
She never talk to me. Yeah, until now.
Yeah.
I think we can say like 1 or 2 weeks. If I don't call back, if I don't ask them how they're doing, haizi nipigia. No.
So the truth is your mother is actually exploiting you.
Kitaka tu kusema. Yani nikitaka tu hata kuongea sasa hivi mtoto wangu amefunga shule, nilikuwa nampeleka boarding to home kuko very toxic.
Yeah.
So wamefunga shule tu, yani at least niongee tu. Kwa sasa nilimtumia do ya kwenda kuchukua mtoto, nikamwongezea extra paka na yake. Sasa tu nikasema acha niongee na mtoto ndiye amefunga shule. Aliambia tu ana credit.
Well. And you sent her money?
I felt bad. Yeah, I sent her money.
So your mother is actually exploiting you. That's the real thing. She's so evil that she's exploiting you. And now you've left her raise your son. Sons cannot be raised by mothers. It's hard for you to raise a son into being a man. It's hard for your mother to raise that son into being a man. That means that son has to find a father figure, either his father or your uncle. And if you want that son to be right, he has to be raised by uncles from the father's side, because uncles from the mother's side are so good. They will pamper him. He'll get destroyed. But this is what you do. You start from somewhere. First things first, call your mother and tell her, whatever is happening and whatever happened between you and my father has made me resent you for no good reason. I apologize. Once you say that, do not allow her to respond, or if you allow her to respond, do not take in what she's saying, because she'll pull that emotional move. She'll start telling you, oh, you've seen how I raised you all through. I was paying your school fees. You saw how your dad did not do this. How your dad was this person or that. Do not listen to that nonsense, because that's an emotional move. The devil is trying to control her. So simply call her and tell her, hey, mom, I have seen it all and I'm tired of resenting you. I apologize. Once you do that, give her 10 seconds. If she responds, well done. If she doesn't, hang up the call. Call your biological father. Do you have a relationship with him?
Yeah, very good, very. Kwanza ananipigianga like after nisipompigia tu after 2 days ameshanitumia please call ama ananiflash nampigia.
Good.
Every other time mtu ananipigia.
Good. So call your father. No, don't worry. Blessings don't come from that side. They come from the father's side. So what you need to do is, now that you have a good relationship with your father, call him and tell him, hey, Dad, I would like to know what happened between you and my mom. Ask him that. Let him respond because...
You see, nikikuwa vacation home, nikikuwa vacation home, madhea tuna shida na nikamwambia, unajua tuwezi, yani amweze kwa mnakaa vijua niko na my little sister almost 15 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
Nikamwambia sasa si tuwezi kwa tunakaa hivi jao na watoto wadogo sasa mnagombana mbele ya watoto unaona. Sasa watoto wanakaaje? Akamwambia mimi sina shida. Baba yako ndiye akona shida.
Exactly.
Ndio anajua mimi namganga naye kabisa. Sasa nikijaribu kuongea na father najaribu kuleta story juu tu nataka kuambia kwani kitu gani ilifanyika hapa. Yani he literally runs away.
Good.
I don't know what.
Because he knows that woman was an evil woman and it's his fault because he chose who he was. So what you do is forgive your mother, move forward, face your father, call your father and tell him, hey Dad, I'm tired of resenting you. I know you were there, you wanted to be there to protect me from the emotions that were coming from my mother, but you did not do that. So I actually forgive you because you see, it was his role to provide and then protect you from one, emotions that were coming from your mother, and two, external aggressors. He was not there for the two. And it was at your very, very delicate stage when you're just getting into your teenage in high school. So he should have been there to teach you how to be a woman and how to behave before a man. And that's how you ended up being a single mother, because you resented your mother and that the break that happened between them and your father, and you ended up attracting a man who cannot actually provide for you. He made you pregnant, he made you a woman, which is okay. But now you need to forgive your mother and then forgive your father. Once you do that, God will take that burden off you. And now he will reveal things to you on how to raise your son. If you want to send money to your mother to raise your son, no problem. But when you come back here, you will know how to raise that son into being a man. You will find people to attach to. You will find people to attach this son to, so that these people can actually make sure that your son grows from being a boy to being a man. And that's how you will make sure that this son does not suffer in life. And then as he grows, teach him forgiveness so that you can actually release his identity. Do not mold him into your own image. Okay, just watch. He's 8 years. He has the capability of using common sense. Simply guide him so that he does not hurt himself and he does not get in trouble. But do not impose your identity on him, because he will become just like you. But start from somewhere, forgiving your mother and forgiving your father. Okay?
And once nikitaka kuongea na anything, yani anakuanga mtu wa hasira haraka. Like, nikikuwa vacation home, there was an issue. I had bought a farm. Nilikuwa nimenunua tu kashamba mahali, so nilifika home nikamwambia father nimpe pesa ya kufence hiyo shamba. So my mother got angry. Akaniambia sijui ni kwa nini unapea baba yako pesa, ulipea pesa. So nikamwambia hii pesa nimempe. So by that time sikuwa na domini kwa sababu nilikuwa nimeshafanya renovation nyumba. Our home. Kwa fanya renovation, I didn't have a lot of money ya kuwapea pesa mingi. So nikapea father do, nikamwambia hii ni ya kufence that farm. Manda akakasirika sana, akaniambia kama unataka kupatia baba yako pesa nitatoka kwa nyumba, nitawaachia nyumba. Actually akaniambia after some time akamjua anakwanga mtu muombezi. Oh my God. Akaniambia
You're getting emotional over this?
That my father wants me. Babangu ananitaka. Which is not true. You see?
Yeah.
Yani,
wait a minute. Linda. Your mother told you that because you're sending your father money, your father wants you intimately.
Yes, kwamba ananitamani.
Wow.
Yet mimi nakuanga tu karibu na father. Hiyo ni kitu naelewa kuanga tu kabisa, hata my siblings wote wanajuanga tu.
Why would she?
Na issue home wananiambia ngani?
Why would she?
Hebu jaribu kuongea na father. Nini sijui kuhusu hii. Sasa Akaturn the table around on me kwamba baba ananitaka ndani nisikuwe naongea na father.
Oh.
Yet my father is my best friend. Siwezi acha kuongea na yeye kabisa.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Mada kiona naongea na yeye akasirika. Mbona naongea na father sana? Mbona naongea na yeye sana?
So she thinks that you and your father are being involved intimately. So he thinks your father is interested in you sexually.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this tongue fix this. Yeah, Linda, just soak it, relax into it as we move. Do not cry over it. Your mother is so evil. Like, how would you even think that a father is interested in a daughter sexually? Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make these things up. You can't make these things up. Imagine that. Like, mothers are so evil. Mothers. And when I tell you these things, guys, you think I'm lying. Mothers are sometimes so evil. Some mothers out here are, not all, but some mothers out here are so evil to an extent that they can think that the father is having intimate relationships with their daughters. Imagine that. How evil can you be to think that? So that's why I told you, most women see their husbands in their children, and they start hating these children because they think the attention that they were supposed to get is actually going to these children. So they hate these children, and they end up remolding these children into their own images. Imagine now, this mother became the provider. When she became the provider, this lady innocently did not understand what was going on, and now this girl has become so much of a provider, just like the mother. And that's the reason why she found a reason to go out to actually make sure she can actually provide for this family and the child. Why? Because she ended up attracting a weaker male who made her pregnant without having to take responsibility. So you attract who you are. So from within her, she had this false identity from the mother that hated the father. So the mother hated the father through her and made the child hate the father with her own hatred, and then turn the child against the father. And when she did that, she's totally making the child hate the fathers. And this lady is suffering. She doesn't like crying. The reason why she's breaking down is because she feels that void of a father inside her. And because the father is present, now the mother is trying to destroy that relationship by actually demonizing this and telling her that your father wants you sexually. Imagine that. So Linda, I want you to call your mother, and this time just go straight to the point. Tell your mother, hey, mom, all the things that you've said have made me resent you so badly. And I am tired of resenting you because you're my mother. I want you to forgive me for resenting you. Just tell her that. Once you say those words, now regardless of what your mother says, do not take it in. Because if you say those words expecting something from her, she will tell you things that will break you down even further. You just tell her those words and know that she might end up overreacting. She's a woman and it's not her fault. It is the spirit that is living inside her that was actually controlling her to say what she says. She doesn't like even saying it. But the spirit that is living inside her is the one that is spirit of anger and evil that is dictating what she's doing and what she's saying. So what you need to do is, in your head, become so aware of yourself. Become self-aware. Once you become self-aware, face her, overcome her by forgiving her. Tell her, I've been resenting you and I want you to forgive me. I apologize. Once you've done that, God will get that anger out of you, that sadness, that emptiness out of you. He will fill you with love. And now call your father and tell your father, hey, dad, there are things that happened between you and mom that actually separated us from you. And I realize these things have made me resent you for no good reason. I apologize. And now because you already have this constant relationship with your father, it will be easier for you to face your father than it will be easier for you to face your mother. Your mother will be a difficult one. So overcome her first and then overcome your father. And then God will see your suffering. He will get rid of that emotion out of you, that anger, that emptiness. And he will fill that void with an identity. And through that identity, God will reveal things to you. So therefore, you will not believe your thoughts. You will constantly doubt your thoughts. You will stick in prayer, and then God will reveal things through your identity, and you will do as God instructs. And that will be perfect peace. Umenielewa? So do that. Gain the confidence and call your mother. The sooner the better. Call her and tell her exactly those words that I've told you. Once you're done, give her 10 seconds to respond, and then hang up. Call your father. Tell him the same things. You will be so relieved. There's a lot that will be gotten out of your chest. And that is what we call perfect peace. You will not expect anything from him. You will not be attached to your children or to your son. You will not be attached to them. You will do what you need to do because it will be the spirit inside you that will be revealing to you what to do to them. So until then, go fix that identity.
What if I call her and then it
doesn't matter. Listen. Stop living in the future. That is you overthinking. It's the devil who is telling you, don't do that. If you do that, your mother will become angry. Your mother will now will desert the home. It is none of your business. You came alone, you will live alone. You did not even come with your son. You came alone. So stop thinking about the future. Stop overthinking about how they will react to what you will tell them. You go do what you have to do because you're fixing you. And the best way to fix others is by fixing you. So stop worrying about anything else. Right now, worry about getting your own identity. The rest shall align, okay? Yeah. Stop worrying because fear, that doubt that you have inside you, that expectation is actually the nature of the devil. That is the devil telling you through your ears, please don't do it. Your mother will be emotional. Your mother will be very angry. He will chase your child away. All these things are the devil trying to convince you to just stay in that unstable state so that he does not die. Okay, so you have to die from that evil nature so that you resurrect in the light and the spirit of good. So go do it. You will see what will happen to you. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just go and do it.
Okay, I'll do so tomorrow.
Amazing. And we are proud of you. Thank you so much for coming in with the confidence to share your story. It doesn't end here. It ends when you will have your own identity and when you will have perfect peace. I wish you the best.